this is like an underdog story of epic proportions. All of a sudden, I find myself rooting for a player. Oh no, rough start though for Nuclear Bread.
It's not too bad.
Tough opening misdraw, but yeah, it doesn't really matter. Limit didn't have much of a counter there.
We're kind of already seeing a little bit of a dynamic here where Nuclear Bread's kind of the main aggressor here, and Limit's kind of trying to tank his garbage to try to get some kind of advantage from it. So maybe that will stick. Nuclear Bread kind of needs to get down here.
Yeah, Nuclear Bread, I think. Oh, tough misdrop again. And I think if Limit can just burst out some pressure here, that should be it. And yeah, they're going to find that pressure immediately. I think the way they're playing, just kind of looking for an opening, and they found that opening right there, immediately capitalizing.
Yeah, possibly some screen watching from Limit there. Really nice use of bursting there.
All right. Both players, I think, playing it a little bit patient. I think Nuclear Bread kind of noticing they're getting waited on right now, and they don't want too much of that. Oh, but Limit forced to break their surge, giving Nuclear Bread a very nice opening here if they're able to capitalize on their surge advantage.
Yeah, and such a messy stack too that Limit can't really build a surge to counter Nuclear Bread surge whenever he decides to send, which is now. Arguably, I don't know if that was the best time to send it. Didn't really have too much damage to send after the initial surge break. But it might not even matter. Lots of damage coming out.
Oh, it will matter. It will matter. What an incredible survival from Limit there. And they're right back in the game. Though a lot of cheese being sent over from that short surge by Nuclear Bread. Very nice play. And yeah, I think Limit's going to be forced to break surge sooner or later here. Forced to break their surge. Nuclear Bread finds another huge spike, and that just might do it. Wow. There's so much cheese.
Really nice nice plays on the surge from Nuclear Bread. I'm really impressed personally. It seems like there's a lot of intention. Especially when it comes to sending out short surges, because sending out short surges is something that I've kind of alluded to being a bad thing. And wait,
we have a special opener, guys.
Yeah, hold on a second.
We got the 4-wide coming out, but his Q is so bad, unable to get any combo whatsoever.
Yeah, really unlucky there.
Pretty much back to square one here for both players. Though Nuclear Bread does send off a short surge that gets immediately canceled and nullified by Limit.
Something tells me that's not going to be the last time we're going to see that opener. So maybe we'll see a crazy spike. But yeah,
very tough position for Nuclear Bread, and just they don't have the pieces to get out of that. Maybe their rhythm, thrown off a bit by that 4-wide, and just very shaky for the whole round.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is kind of something that surprises you a lot when you kind of look over on the board. Even though it's not as strong on Tetrio, it's just kind of like, wait, what? Is my opponent actually doing that?
Yeah, I mean, the element of surprise in a winner-go-home game! And
wow. And that was a surprise, wasn't it?
Yeah, just an immediate short surge into huge down stack from Limit. I think just recognizing they had so much clean, might as well get your free win. And they capitalize immediately. Oh, and another 4-wide setup. This is not the end of this. We're gonna see a lot more of these.
Interesting. Okay, he's gonna send quite a bit of cheese here unless Nuclear Bread can counter it, but doesn't. And that's a lot of cheese, and now Limit's at the bottom and able to build a surge, but isn't, unfortunately, because of the misdrop.
Nuclear Bread, though, still kind of stuck at the top. Needs to get through a little bit more garbage here. Neither player with the surge, though. And we're just kind of back to this.
Yeah, Nuclear Bread's in a pretty decent position here. Has a lot of clean, but no one really has a surge. And somehow
nice
Limit is going to get caught
though.
at the very top. And is just not able to downstack in time. I don't know how Limit got caught up on there.
Yeah, I think something Limit is kind of taking for granted, sort of, is how much time they're going to have to think about certain decisions, because if they wait too long, that surge is going to come. And that round, they got punished really hard for it. Another great short surge. Another fantastic short surge punish from Nuclear Bread. And yeah, I mean, Limit with another tragic misdrop at the top there.
Yeah, you need a lot of confidence in your game sense to send short surges like that because of how poorly it can go for you if you kind of send them willy-nilly and you're not really sure what you're doing. Because because it can cause your opponent to then have the surge advantage, and then, well, you're going to be dead in 30 seconds.
Ooh.
Unfortunately.
Huge opening pressure from Limit there. Very well played by them, kind of pushing the pace a bit, throwing Nuclear Bread off, and they're gonna get the lead once more.
Yeah, a lot of short rounds here where it feels like the determining factor here is just kind of like which player makes an awkward decision first.
Yeah.
And look at the clean from Nuclear Bread. Is he going to be able to use it to his advantage? Not really, kind of just using it to live more than anything.
Oh, okay, Nuclear Bread finding that ice spin and they hold Surge? Okay, what a find from Nuclear Bread.
It right after, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's the risk with these short surges. You can toss your lead into the drain so fast.
Yeah, but if they go well, then you can end up sending a lot of cheese. Unfortunately, wasn't able to that time, but we've seen him do that quite a few times. Seems like he's really trying to play on the short surges. Can press an advantage here.
Oh, great burst from Limit, though. Fantastic burst. I think Limit recognized they were in danger and just got out so many pieces so fast, able to get out of that.
And that is such a valuable skill to have.
Tough misdrop, though, from Limit. If Nuclear Bread punishes here, it might just be lights out. Limit barely finds the escape, though, and a great downstack counter spike on the way down.
Oh, tried to burst as fast as possible to get so much damage out, but misdropped. And now we're kind of back to ground zero.
Oh, as we say that, though, huge multiplier downstack spike for Nuclear Bread. I think, you know, both players kind of refusing to commit to a real surge. And so we're getting these kind of back and forth, like small spike, and whichever player finally finds a big enough spike is just going to take the round.
Yeah, and I mean, and I think part of that's because of how close this set is. I mean, the score is completely even. I feel like if we run into a situation where one player pulls ahead a lot, we might see that player gain a little bit of confidence and try to go for bigger surges. But for now, we're really seeing these smaller surges. With that said, though, okay, well, I was about to say, you know, Nuclear Bread has a bigger surge, but is gonna break it immediately.
Oh, Limit hangs their eyepiece. Limit hangs their eyepiece. A classic misdrop. I'd like to see some folks in the Twitch chat here inform me if you've ever made a misdrop like that one, because that is just so unfortunate to happen in a, you know, win or go home type of set, but it happens to the best of us. Oh.
And the set is so close, and again, it's just like which player makes a bad decision first, and like, I mean, these players are so consistent with their damage sending that sometimes that's all that really matters is who messes up first.
Right. Oh, okay. Nuclear Bread committing to the C-spin a bit. I like the play. I like the vision there. But they immediately short surge.
I mean, to be fair, the stack was kind of awkward. I feel like it would have been more pain than it was worth to continue the surge, but even with that, he still had surge advantage, breaks it. Is sending quite a bit of cheese.
Really using their speed here. They started this set playing a very defensive timing-esque playstyle, and now they're just whipping out the 3.6 PPS. And Nuclear Bread stuck with some really tough misdrops on the top of their board there, unable to get out. And okay, both players opening with an LST. Finally, a very aggressive opening from both players, but once again, got some misdrops to deal with on Nuclear Bread.
With a god wall, though, from Nuclear Bread, kinda.
Oh, wait.
Limit's caught up at the beginning. He doesn't have eyepieces. He upstacked too much and didn't have the eyepieces to get down.
Yeah, Limit wasted 1 T, 1 I, and that's all the resources they had. Nuclear Bread just immediately pouncing on that opportunity.
That's always the risk you take with upstacking that much. You really need to make sure that you don't get caught off guard there in that way.
All right, Limit, I would argue in a very awkward position. There is an all-spin solution for this, though. It just might not matter. Nuclear Bread has so much surge. What a clean upstack from them. And Limit unable to get out of their mistakes in time.
Yeah, seeing the 9 surge from Nuclear Bread and seem to be trying to build up some more. So maybe we'll get some bigger surges in this matchup. Starting off with an LST again. Seems like these players really like LST. And another amazing well from Nuclear Bread. Let's see how he can.
Okay.
Oh, but he's gonna opt to immediately. Immediately break his
Oh.
surge.
I don't think there's a way out of that. And yeah, I mean that's the risk you run with an early surge break, right? If you're not ready for the aftermath of that, you're just automatically at a surge disadvantage, and your opponent can capitalize so fast.
Yeah, and I really think if Nuclear Bread didn't break there, he just simply would not have been in that situation, and that round very well could have still been happening as we speak.
For sure.
So just kind of unfortunate there. It's really hard to gauge what you're supposed to do in situations like that.
Okay, Limit really putting on the pressure now. Nuclear Bread, though, with a very nice down stack, still holding on to their stack here. And Limit gets a bit happy-go-lucky there with their surge break. Their advantage kind of amounts to nothing here.
Yeah, and as that happens, Nuclear Bread's building a surge of his own.
Definitely very underrated how Nuclear Bread has been kind of tanking the right lines there. I think Nuclear Bread recognized the situation that they had going for them, and they tanked a little clean and sent, you know, just textbook.
Yeah, interesting how this set kind of began as Nuclear Bread, like being the aggressor and Limit kind of being the more defensive player. Oh, really greedy STSD. That's going to cause some issues for Nuclear Bread. But yeah, it's kind of been flipped on its head. Like, it feels like Limit's kind of the one pushing more speed, and Nuclear Bread's kind of being more methodical with his tanking and surges.
Yeah, I think Limit maybe kind of recognizing the danger here, knowing their tournament life is on the line, trying to use their speed a little bit. But on the flip side of that, Nuclear Bread just sticking to their game plan.
Oh, but a little too slow in the decision making there. And yeah, unfortunately, as the nerves build and Limit tries to go faster, that's gonna end up in more misdrops, which we're kind of seeing. It didn't matter as much that round, but may have a greater.
Oh, we have another 4 wide. We have another 4 wide.
Just straight up opening with 4 wide, which is gonna send a lot of cheese over to Nuclear Bread.
But neither player with any surge to speak of, so if Nuclear Bread gets out of this in time, it won't matter. Oh, but what an amazing short surge spike from Limit there. Abusing the fact that Nuclear Bread didn't cancel enough of that 4 wide, taking so much cheese, no resources whatsoever, and Limit just capitalizes.
Yeah, that might be a strat that Limit's gonna explore more in future rounds now that he knows that that's a thing he can do, because you really can't build too much surge when you have full cheese. Ooh,
Okay, extremely clean up stack though. Incredibly clean up stacking from Nuclear Bread. If they're able to capitalize on this, it just might be lights out. Oh, but they break surge so early. And no advantage anymore. And Limit is there for the punish.
Yeah, really excellent canceling from Limit, and we're already to match point. So Nuclear Bread's tournament life is on the line. He has to win 3 rounds, whereas Limit only has to win 1.
Oh, Nuclear Bread pushed up so high. Needs to find a crazy panic down stack, but fantastic cancel from them, not eating that short surge from Limit. And their tournament life remains alive.
Just a little bit.
Oh, but Limit, what incredible speed we're watching from Limit, and great timing as well. Gets that surge advantage, and I think that just might be it.
Yeah, Nuclear Bread was trying to downstack as much as possible, and unfortunately stacked himself into a corner. But really well played from Nuclear Bread there.
Yeah, I mean, what an underdog story, you know? I mean, they came into this not even X+, right? So definitely one of the lower ranked players that even qualified for the tournament at all. And they're here, they won 2 matches. Like, definitely can't knock the performance of Nuclear Bread. Can't be upset with that performance, but Limit showing another level there.